How to comfort a crying woman. There are multiple methods and approaches one can take while attempting to comfort a crying woman. However, as a woman who is well acquainted with tears, I offer here an insider's view on what really ought to be done and what to avoid. The first part of the process is to understand the 4 basic stages a crying woman goes through, so that you, the potential comforter, might be forewarned and thus more properly prepared. The stages are as follows. The initial stage is the unmistakable outburst stage, as in, she burst into tears.
Not in this one.
Second, the telling stage, where women will attempt to explain the reason for the outburst, often while still crying. The next stage is the sobbing stage, with women will just cry, not speaking or doing anything else, just weeping. The last stage is the quieting stage, when the tears ease and the woman frequently apologizes for her behavior. These stages are in approximate order, and also the stages as I've laid them out should be considered more guidelines than hard and fast rules.
The jury's separate to me!
Along with advice for those attempting to
This is the highest place you can find.
Stage 1.
When the barbarians see it, they'll run. The
This
battle will be
initial
ours.
stage is the one in which the woman bursts into tears, or collapses and begins crying, often with little or no apparent reason.
What now?
Something I think we've all experienced at some point and are usually comical by. My advice first and foremost is to stay calm. She has just collapsed. She is in no state to be the one to take charge and handle things. You must be the one to keep your cool. For those of you that are male, I would suggest that even just appearance of calm. A scared woman is something you're probably not all comfortable handling. But believe me, she's so upset, she probably won't even notice if you're just
Only I can. You said so
You
yourself.
could attempt to comfort her.
You lank of the
A
god.
hug or a shoulder to cry out are traditional. Next, I caution. Do not offer any advice or criticism at this point. Believe me, it will not help and will most likely exacerbate the situation. Banshee likes reaching and crockery aims with alarming accuracy at your skull.
So,
Are just
stop
a
them
few of the
pounding up that
possible
door.
consequences of
Those are my
such a
Praetorians.
violent act.
God!
You might want to
God!
also reassure
Damocles is
them
here!
that
He's here to
subsequent
kill me!
words like,
Protect me now!
It's over. Stage 2. The telling stage. This one usually follows the initial step. It's the time when the woman attempts to describe what it is that prompted the tears. Although she might need some gentle urging, such as, why didn't you tell me about it? As opposed to, what the hell is the matter with you? To reach this point, you, the comforter, should listen attentively. Make eye contact if possible. Nod and make sympathetic noises at the appropriate intervals. She's most likely still sobbing, and consequently might not make much sense or even be intelligible. You, however, as the one that happens to be present, are required to listen closely to her nonsense. Again, guys, when in doubt, just pretend. By looking at her face, nodding a lot, and making non-committal and or sympathetic noises like ah, or wow. If possible, try paraphrasing back to her to let her know you're really paying attention. Ordinarily, continued physical closeness is also recommended. An arm over the shoulder, or a loud embrace, or even a handheld. Just be as close as you both can comfortably allow. And you fellows out there, don't even think about taking advantage of a woman at a time like this. Sure, you might get lucky, but trust me when I say it is a very bad idea.
Watch out!
One of two things will happen. Either A, when she's recovered, she'll be appalled, and everyone's
We can't play
or
ours!
B, you'll get yourself a needy,
But the game has
probably
rules.
stalker-like girlfriend. Neither of which are pleasant alternatives. So comfort, don't seduce. And here again, I strongly advise you resist the impulse to fix it. Don't do it. She really only wants to feel validated and heard. She may not have porcelain trinkets at your skull, but she will at the very least present it and store it away in that little file in the back of her head as ammunition for your next argument. And or just further evidence of why it is you are a Nimrod and not to be trusted. Stage 3. The sobbing stage. This is the point at which the woman just breaks down and gives vent to her feelings. She doesn't talk or do any other sort of acting out beyond tears and perhaps moaning, keening, shaking, or rocking. It is very important to give the woman time and unspoken but understood permission to just cry. Not that, guys. You have to let her cry. It's vitally important. And believe me, as uncomfortable as it might be, not allowing her this release could have potentially catastrophic consequences. Not the the least of which would be for those of you who are physically involved with the woman in question may end up sleeping on the couch for the next 6 months. For a woman, this stage of crying is cathartic, and the pain must be allowed to run its course, so she can move on to the next stage. Hugs, pats, soothing on to speak are not inappropriate. But the need varies by individual and incident. It can be tricky finding the right balance. What might work once might not work another time. Again, it's a faking it. Do something, anything. Even if it's not exactly right, she'll appreciate the effort. One should also realize that this stage doesn't necessarily come right after enclosure. It can come before or after. That's right, love and controllability can happen not once but multiple times during the whole crying cycle. Perhaps it's a karmic justice with multiple orgasm things, but that's either here or there. For the last time, you should not, no matter how tempting, offer advice or criticism while she is hurting like you. It is not a kindness at this point, believe me. Just be friendly and quietly control. I know. Every bone in your body is screaming at you to put on your fix-it hat, but resist, catch yourself. From Mars, enter from Venus. Wait, enter from Mars, enter from Venus. You should also know that women may need to go through several of these steps in mind before she leaves the bed. And that is the next and final stage. Stage 4. The quiet stage. This is the time when the woman's form of sleeping has by and large passed, leaving perhaps the drizzle in its wake. It is when she takes several deep breaths, wipes away tears, if you haven't already done order, and may try to smarten up her appearance by putting clothes in order, wiping her makeup, her vain attempts to fix her hair. Obviously, choosing or even mentioning her state of disarray is a very, very bad idea at this point. In fact, you might want to reassure her, even if it is a blatant lie with her red, puffy, and mascara-smeared eyes, she looks just fine. She will also almost certainly apologize for her behavior. Even though being a woman, she's probably already apologized for herself. This is the only time when it might be advisable to offer advice or a solution to her problems. But even then, use caution. If you offer any suggestion, couch them in kind and gentle words. Yeah, okay, now you can tell her what you've been dying to since she collapsed. But remember, advice like, you should dump that douchebag loser boyfriend, would not be well received. You must be at least somewhat diplomatic. For instance, you really seem to be hurting. You might want to consider taking a time out from your relationship with Bob. You may even want to hold off until such time as she asks for your help. Often, just listening to her and letting her know she is heard and cared for will be enough of a solution. No matter how utterly foreign a concept for you men this might seem. Now, you might want to offer such a small kindnesses, such as a tissue for cleaning yourself up or a drink of water. Crying can burn a lot of calories, and she might very likely be hungry, so it wouldn't hurt to offer to feed her, especially if chocolate is involved. If you are dating, married to, or good friends with a regular weeper, I'd recommend carrying around a spare supply of chocolate and tissues.
In time,
congratulations! You just survived your deal of comforting a weeping woman and deserve a pat on the back. Not everyone is up to the challenge, but by being aware of these stages and what to do and avoid, you can make what is inevitably an uncomfortable situation as painless as possible for you both. Remember, the things I've recommended should be considered guidelines only and may not apply to every woman every time. Still, by using them judiciously, you can do a real service to a woman by giving her what she needs when she needs it. Trust me, use these guidelines and you will get better at it. Or at the very least, better at faking it. And even if, as a man, it makes you feel like a woman, you don't have to tell the guys in the gym